Hello everybody, thank you so much for joining me. Sorry if I'm missing anybody. We are making a coffee themed wreath. First time watching from Texas, thank you for joining us, welcome. Alright, so I'm going to use this as my base. This is a 21-inch mesh. We're going to do poofs with this. And we have got this one here. I'm going to do some ruffles with this one. And then we've got our curls that we're going to put in there. So I've got a brown, the tan, and the white to go with that. That's going to go really pretty with the sign. Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. I have tubing, of course. I have a bow that we need to fluff up. And then I've got my ribbons. So I have a solid brown. We have a solid natural or beige, whichever you want to call it. Welcome, welcome. We have the coffee theme, which is really cute. It says coffee, espresso, cappuccino. It's got all the different cups on it. Really pretty. Comes with the light colored edge, or you can get it with the dark colored edge. And I think it comes with a white background, but they didn't have the white when I ordered mine. So, and then we have this nice pretty plaid that's going to go really nice with that. So that is what we're working with tonight. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I know there's a lot of lives on tonight. Seems like more and more people are choosing Wednesday to go live, so lots of choices. And then I also have a little thing, something I'm going to give away later if you all want. We'll talk about that later. And then I have my wreath kit. I have some of those left. I'm going to show you. So I have my my wreath frame here. This is a Dollar Tree frame. I have a video on YouTube that shows you how to put this together and how I space everything out and put my ties on it. If you're interested in that, head over to YouTube and look for how to make a wreath work frame. And I have 10 ties on the bottom, 8 ties on the top. So I am going to go ahead and get started. This is a jute mesh. So you're going to see fibers flying around. We're going to ruffle this up. Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you wouldn't mind sharing this, I would really appreciate it. Alright, so I started off on the top. I like to start on the top. And I'm going to put this, I look for 2 ties that are right above each other, close enough to where I can transition easily without a big difference. And I zip tie my end down. So what's everybody been doing this week? I like the colors too. They're really pretty. I love the sign. Hi, Anne. All right. Cut this off. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. All right, we're going to cut off the excess. Get that stuff out of the way. All right, so I like to do 12-inch poofs. I measure my poofs. You don't have to. Some people can do it without measuring. It's all a matter of personal choice. If I don't measure them, it just drives me crazy, and then I feel like they're all going to be different, and I can't handle that. So I guess you could call it OCD. I don't know. I don't think I'm OCD, but I guess, you know, certain things I am. I like 12-inch poofs, though. You could do 10, totally up to you, whatever you like. I like a little bit bigger and fuller wreath, and I like to do 14-inch tails, so 12-inch poofs look really good. So I'm going to measure these out. If you're new to my page, please give it a like and a follow. When I reach 5,000 followers, which I'm very close to, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to give away a bow maker. I'm going to give away a ribbon box, and probably we'll get some signs that I'll buy from Lee, and we'll give those away as well. Maybe to go with some of the ribbons that I give away. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm very close to that 5,000, so make sure to share for me and make sure to like my page and follow it. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. The names go by really quick, so it's hard to catch every one of them and say hello. Yeah, I just like to measure. Some people don't. Some people can count it out. I feel like when I do that, they come out all wonky and way bigger than they should. So I still like to measure. I just keep my sides tucked in. And I'm not exact measuring, but I still like to have that measurement. Oh, thank you for watching, Terry. I appreciate that. We've had some really hot temperatures here in North Carolina this week. It's been really muggy. Of course, they say it's going to go back down a little bit into the 80s. Hopefully that'll be a little more comfortable. As long as it's not muggy. Can't stand it being muggy. You know, when you open the front door and that air just takes your breath away, you know, that kind of muggy. If you've ever spent any time in the South, you know what I'm talking about. There's a whole different kind of heat and mugginess down here. You have time to watch from beginning to end? Well, I am so happy that you're here. Yeah, that's me. When I don't measure, it just does not look right. It looks like they're all, you know, different sizes, and it just drives me crazy. Yeah, the humidity is terrible. This is your first time watching a live or my live? Well, I am so glad you're here. This is a jute mesh. It's very pretty. It's a natural with the white stripe in it. Very, very pretty. This wreath, or I'm sorry, not wreath, this mesh came from Craft Outlet. But it is a jute, they call it jute poly. Poly jute, jute poly, whatever. But it's a jute poly mesh. This says 10 inch, but it's actually, this one's 21. That's just one of the other. It's the same mesh I'm using for the curls and the ruffles, so. Yeah, you know what? Fraying happens. There's nothing you can do about it. It's, if you use it, all mesh frays. I don't care how you do it, how you cut it. It's all going to fray eventually. And there are some that do fray worse than others, yes. The value mesh, the really cheap and expensive mesh, mesh from like Hobby Lobby, Michaels, those fray really bad, and they're usually really thin. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. People use them. I use them. Some of their mesh is good. It just depends, but the majority of it, you know, does fray. But there's nothing you can do about it. It's just one of those love-hate things that you kind of have to embrace. You're in Dobson. I am in I'm in Rayford, which is right outside of Fort Bragg. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it very much. Welcome from Jacksonville, Florida. Hey, Joy. All right, so we got to pull these out so that we get a nice little poof there. All right, so now we're done with the top. I'm going to transition down to the bottom, and this is why I like to have that tie right below. So I'm going to go straight down in front of that tie, and I'm going to zip tie it to my frame because I want a nice, clean transition. You don't have to do this part. It's totally up to you. This is just how I like to do it. Some people think it's a waste of time. For me, it's what works, so that's what I do. There are no rules, so I do what I like. This frame is a 14-inch Dollar Tree frame. The majority of what I use is a Dollar Tree frame. I use work frames, but not very often. I like making my own. Alright, so I'm transitioning down, so I've got that zip tie right in front of this tie. I'm going to open up the tie and we're going to go through it. We're not going to use that tie right now. We're going to use it at the end. When I come back around, that's where we're going to finish off. Okay, this is our last one. That tie that I skipped in the beginning, that's where we're going to end this. We're going to put this last poof right down in here and tie off. There are our poofs. So I did 12-inch poofs all the way around. I'm going to cut this off a couple inches. So I've got about a third of this mesh left that I can use for something else. It's not enough to do another. Fibers are flying around. Not enough to do another wreath, but I can use it for other things. That's another thing with the 21-inch mesh. You sometimes have a lot left over where it's easier to use up the 10-inch mesh than it is the leftover 21-inch mesh. All right, let me get this pulled tight. All right. Okay, so there is our base. Is is that a thinner mesh? So see, this is a nice full wreath. You don't see the center. You're not going to see the frame. Yeah, it's more of a value mesh. That's what I thought. Hey, Carmen. All right, so there's our base. I don't need that anymore, and I don't need that. I'm going to move this out of my way. Oh, you did your grilling wreath today? Awesome. Make sure to send me a picture. I still have some of the Patriotic kits left too. Alright, so I think somewhere in here, there it is. I knew there was some 10-inch pieces rolled up in here. That was what I had left over. And I knew they came up missing, so they had to be in here. Alright, so these are cut at 24 inches, only because that's the size of my mat and I was lazy, so I just cut them all the size of my mat. No other reason than that. But some people cut them at 20, some people cut them at 30. These are 24, like I said. I'm going to fold over the end just because that helps with the fraying, to keep the fraying down. And then I'm just doing a regular ruffle right up the center. This is also a jute mesh. The mesh came from, well, this mesh came from, the base mesh came from Craft Outlet, and the rest of it came from the Wreath shop. So I put that in there, and then I'm gonna fluff out that ruffle. I want it to look like a little flower. Some people call it a rosette. So I just want it to be nice and full like that. So yeah, this base mesh came from Craft Outlet, and these other mesh came from the Wreath shop, with the exception of actually this white one came from AC Moore when they were open. It's a Basketweave. I've never ordered from Mel's. What is Mel's? Never even heard of them. Hey, Susan. Did you tell Mom hi? You missed the sign? Here's the sign we're using. Hello, welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Please share this if you would. If you're new, make sure you like and follow my page. Once I get to 5,000 followers, which I'm almost there, I'm doing a giveaway, and I've got some really great prizes I'm going to give away. You were bounced off? My ruffles are cut at 24 inches. I'm not a coffee drinker either. I love the smell of it, but I've never been able to drink it. My dad always told me when I moved to the South, well, he told me, yeah, when he moved to the South, he said I'd become a coffee drinker, and I didn't. Then when I moved to Alaska, he said I would because of the cold, and I didn't. He was a big coffee drinker. Yeah, we're at, let's see, 40, I'll bet I didn't write it down. We're at 47.55, so we're not that far, guys. You hate the smell of it, really? See, I love the smell of it, but I can't stand the taste of it. I love a newly opened can of coffee. I love the smell of that. Although I have to say, we use the pods. My husband and my mom, they use the pods, and to me, they don't smell the same. There's nothing like the smell of a new open can of coffee. Isn't that weird? But I can't stand to drink it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was the last one. I wasn't even counting. Look at that. All right, so that was all of our ruffles. Now I'm going to put in my curls, and these are just 10-inch mesh. I have a brown, a white basket weave, and a natural. This one is the jute. This is just a basic mesh. And then this is a basket weave. And I rolled them up. Keep track for me, Susan. I see 110 now. I rolled them up, cut them 10 inches, rolled them all up, and then I put a pipe cleaner on them to keep them together. And then I'm just going to take that and stick them into my ties. I know, signaholic, yes. Kind of like ribbons. Ribbons and signs. Her sign is PLYWreathsigns.com. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to get my followers up to 5,000. We're almost there, and when I do, I'm going to have a giveaway. I'm going to give away a bow maker, a ribbon box, and a sign or two. It's a really big milestone for me and my business, so I thought I would share that with all of you. I already went and bought the bow maker, so I'm ready for that. I just have to order the signs in the ribbon box. Yeah. I understand that, Carmen, working with florals over mesh, yeah. Well, congratulations, Cheryl. Cheryl is a new wreather, or new crafter, and today is her 1-month anniversary, and she has made 10 wreaths so far. Well, congratulations and welcome. If you're not a member of our community page, go and join that. You can share your pictures and stuff. It's called Fab Fine Community, F-A-B-F-I-N-E Community on Facebook. Go join that page. There's other crafters there that you can talk with, and if you ever need any advice or help. And also, you can post your pictures. If you do lives, you can put those up there. It's a little community page that we have. So it's called Fab Fine Community. And we also have a design group, myself, Susan, and Carla, who are both in here. Susan's from AC Inspired Wreaths. Carla is the One Stop Boutique. And we have a design group called Team of Dreams Design Group. It's $14.99 a month. You get 3 designers twice a week. We do all of our design classes on Zoom, so it's more interactive. So you see us and talk to us. It's not like on here where you have to type in questions. You actually get to talk to us and have an input in what we're doing. We have a lot of fun, so come and check us out. Team of Dreams Design Group. All right, so there is our mesh. So we started with 12-inch poofs. We did 24-inch ruffles every other tie. And then I did the 3 curls in the other 9 ties, every other tie. So that's what we've got. Isn't that beautiful? So you got that little pop of white to go with the sign. So if you just joined, here's the sign we're using. This came from Personally Yours. It says, "But first, coffee." Yeah, so real quick, I'm going to show you guys my wreath kit that I still have available. It's a Patriotic Wreath Kit. Let me show you this really quick, and then I will go ahead and move on to what I'm doing here. Yeah, no, it was just mine that was frozen over here where I see your comments. All right, so this is my Patriotic Wreath Kit that is available if you're interested. These are listed in my shop, and the link is in the description for this live. I have this sign here. It says America, home of the free and the brave. You're going to get that along with everything to make this kit. And you're going to get 3 10-yard rolls of mesh. Red, white, and blue. Then you're going to get a full 10 yards of this red with the white and blue stripe or stars. You're going to get your wreath frame. Then you're going to get your pipe cleaners. You're going to get 3 star picks. You're going to get a American flag pick. And then you're going to get another 10 yards of this Americana ribbon that has all these sayings on it. It says America, land of the free, home of the brave, red, white, and blue, USA, liberty. You're getting full 10 yards of this as well. They just did not have the small rolls, so I had to buy the 50-yard rolls and cut them up so that everybody could get 10 yards. So we got that, and then you will get 3 yards of this accent ribbon that you can use for your bow or whatever else you want to use it for. Yeah, no, it wasn't frozen. It was just me, not everybody else. And then you do get the full written instructions on how to put this together with several different techniques. You can use the woodland ruffle or the regular ruffle. And I also did the live last week, so that is available for you to watch either on Facebook or YouTube, either one. So that is my wreath kit that's currently available. Once I sell out of this kit, my next one is going to be a Halloween kit, and I've already got everything picked out for it. I just need to get rid of the rest of these. I have a couple left. Those are $48, and that's listed in my shop right now, and the link for that is in the description for the live here tonight, if anyone's interested in that. And then we did the live for it last week, so you can check that out if you want to see what that looks like. I put up a picture of it as well, so that you can see that in the in my Etsy store. All right, so these are our ribbons. I'm using this tan and white plaid. Yes, Carla did my grill kit today on her live. Thank you, Carla, for doing that too, by the way. It came out beautiful. All right, so we're going to use this 2.5-inch plaid. We have this 2.5-inch coffee. It's got all the cups on it. It says cappuccino, coffee, and espresso. We have this solid natural color. The kit is $48, and it's listed in my shop. You can see everything that comes with it, and you also see a picture of the completed wreath. Then we're going to use this solid brown. So we'll use those. I'm going to use the, let's see, which one do I want to use with which? I think I want to use the solid tan with the coffee and the brown with the plaid. So we're going to alternate these. These are cut at 14 inches. I do 14 inches for my ribbons because I do 12-inch poofs. But you can cut them at whatever length you want. All right, so I'm going to put the coffee one in with the dark brown ruffles. And then we'll put the plaid in with the curls. Maybe we'll alternate them up on top too. All right, so I'm using tubing. I have a cream color and a brown. And I cut these the size of my mat as well, 24 inches. I fold them in half, fold them in half again, pinch them in the center, and twist. All right, so I'm just putting these in every tie. Once I get all these on, I'm cutting down my pipe cleaner because I don't need them anymore. So I give it a couple extra twists, cut that extra off, and then I fold that pipe cleaner over because that's got a wire in it and I don't want anybody getting stabbed by that. That's pretty cheap. Yeah, post up. I buy my mesh. Well, we have Sims wholesale here, so you have to have a resale license to buy from them. But if you don't have a resale license, the Wreath Shop or Craft Outlet is where I buy my other mesh from and ribbon. If I can't find something at like Sims, the wholesalers, then I buy it from Craft Outlet or the Wreath Shop. All right, there is all of our tubing. Oh, thank you. So there's our base. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? God, I might have to drink coffee and keep this for myself. Now, if y'all know me, you know everything's for sale. Even if I had made this for myself, it would still be for sale if somebody wanted it. If somebody wants it, I'm going to sell it to them. All right, we've got our sign. And we have this bow. So the bow is already made. I used all the same. You know, I've made one of the pixie wreaths and that's it. I made it with my granddaughter. And they were actually kind of cute. They came out really cute. I didn't think I was going to like it, but I did. So I'm going to make a couple more. Our grandkids are getting, well, our daughter and grandkids are getting ready to move into a new house. So I'm going to make them all their own wreath for their little doors. And I'm going to do them all in pixie wreaths. All right, so I'm going to do, I think, a side-by-side on this. I really like the side-by-side. All right. So I have got the 4 holes I put in my sign. I put them in myself. They don't come with the holes. I use one of those little metal hole punches you can get at the craft store in the jewelry department. It's called a beadsmith or a metal hole punch. But it's got a little tiny hole that it puts in there for you. And then I use 26 gauge wire. And we're going to put this right in the center on the side. And then I'm going to use my needle to put my wires through. And this is just a yarn needle that I have. That I got at, I don't know, the craft store. I guess I should put my glasses on so I can see. Thank you. All right, there we go. The base is a jute mesh. All right, so we're gonna set this right here. And I want it in between the ties, and I'm gonna put my wire right down through the frame so that they're down here on the base, and I can put one wire on either side of a ring of the frame, and that's gonna hold it in better. You don't wanna just twist it on the frame. You wanna get it on, you know, wrap it around both, you know, sides of the rings. I can't even think what I want to say here. What size working wreath do you use for a pixie wreath? You can use a 10, but most of them use like the 8-inch. But a 10 would be good. That would be still kind of small. And you know, I just ordered a bunch of these. They're not going to be the metal ones. They'll be the plastic ones, and they're not as long as mine. But I'm going to be selling these in my shop now. These little needles. I've also listed a couple of signs that I put together with some ribbon, and I've listed those in my shop as well. So check out my Etsy store. And I've got some ribbon that I'm going to be listing in there. I've got it all set to go. I just have to finish writing up the descriptions on it. So I'm going to be selling some of that. I was going to do it in a de-stash thing, and then I was talking with another wreath maker, and she said, why don't you just sell that in your store? So I put it together, and now I'm going to sell it in my store. So check out my Etsy store because I have some new things listed in there. And I also, like I said, have a couple of those wreath kits left. Check those out, the patriotic ones. It's perfect for all your patriotic holidays or every day. Who doesn't want to be patriotic every day, right? Oh, that's too tight. Look at that. All right, I'll have to go back and adjust that side, but I'll do it later. Let me just get this on here. I'm gonna go right down through here. Why not? All right, that's it. That'll work right there. I'll fix the rest of it later if it's pulled down too far. So look at that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, so the bow, I did not do my dovetails on the bow, and I don't usually fluff it till I get it on the wreath, because why? When I'm just gonna mess it up putting it on and have to redo it anyway. You know what? That's what I was thinking, because I have a bunch of wreaths and I really need to clear them out because I want to start doing my fall and Christmas. And I need to get rid of them. So I'm thinking that a live sale, but my big fear is I've seen so many people do them and they go really well for most people. But, you know, my fear is I'm not going to sell any wreaths and then I'm going to look like an idiot sitting there for, you know, an hour trying to sell wreaths and nobody's going to buy them. That's just a fear of mine I have to get over, but and then, you know, trying to find a good night to do it on would be another. So I'd have to figure out what would be a good night to do something like that when people were actually home and able to watch. Of course, I should have done it when everybody was stuck at home and couldn't go anywhere. Then I had a captive audience, right? All right. So I put the bow in between the ties where it's the fullest because I don't want my bow to be pulled down into the mesh when I tie it off. Well, I will have to put something together because I really need to get rid of some wreaths. Oh, believe me, I would feel like an idiot if I was sitting there and nobody bought any of my wreaths. I see a lot of people do them and they sell a lot of wreaths, but that doesn't always mean that I would. You know, it's sometimes it's because of the person or the following that they have too. I don't have the same following that other people may have. So it all depends, you know. Some of those people can get those really big audiences where they get, you know, 400 or 500 people on there. Of course, they're going to sell stuff. They've got more of an audience to show them to. But that's just my fear, you know. I have to get over that. But I just don't want to be sitting there and nobody buy anything. And you know, we all have our little fears and quirks, you know. But yeah, I need to clear them out a little quicker than what they're doing in my shop. Because I need some more space to hang them up. I mean, I've already started hanging them up downstairs in the dining room, so on one of the walls down there. I've got the whole upstairs, the staircase coming up the stairs. I've got wreaths lining both sides. So this room is full. The next room across from me is full. So there's plenty of wreaths to be had. And of course, not being able to do any shows this year has, you know, not helping people either. Because that's, you know, I would have been able to do a spring show in April, but because of all of this, you know, they canceled everything. I've got one that's supposed to come up in October. I don't even know if we're going to be able to do it. I'm hoping to, but it just depends on what's going on with this virus at the time. And I'm hoping that we don't have a second wave. Susan's going to help me when she comes. I don't know if I can wait that long, Susan. That's 3 months still. All right, so I dovetailed those. All right. So then what you can do with your tails, what I do with the 1.5 inch, I don't do it with the 2.5 inch so much. Get your bow looking how you want. You can take one of these little dowels. This is a 3/4 inch dowel. First time seeing me? Thank you. Well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate that. Give my page a like and a follow, and you can come back next week and join us again. I'm here every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Eastern. So I take this dowel. Whoops, I forgot to dovetail that one. Take your dowel. I got this at Walmart. It comes in a pack of 3. It's like 12 inches long, and then I just wrap it around that and pull it out. Give it a nice little curve. I forgot to do that one too. How is it I cut all of those and none of these right here got cut? How is that? Do this, but wait, there's more. With this wreath, you get me. That's what I need to do, huh? Give something away with the wreath and then they'll buy them. It's just, when you think about it, you know, I make a wreath every week for my lives. Sometimes, too, if I do an extra live. I also have the design group that I'm making things for. So that's, you know, every third class is my turn to make something. So I'm kind of full here. I only have so much room. So I got to get rid of it somehow. There we go. I'm waiting for the feed to catch up so I can see what you're seeing. There's such a delay that it takes a minute for you guys to see what I'm actually doing. So I can see by looking at that my bow is leaning out a little bit, so I'll fix that. Turn it this way a little bit more so it's facing the right direction. So there we go. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Again, if you were new, welcome. Make sure that you like and follow my page. We're going to do a giveaway at 5,000. I'm giving away a bunch of prizes. I can't wait. Hopefully it'll be a nice big celebration. I'm super excited about that because I never thought, one, I would even be doing lives, let alone make it to 5,000 in this amount of time that I've been doing them. So I haven't even been doing lives as long as I've been in business. So I just hit my 1 year of doing lives at the end of last year. So it hasn't even been 2 years me doing lives. So I'm really excited to get to that 5,000. When I started tonight, we were at 47.55, something like that. So I can't wait. So it'll be fun. I'm giving away a bunch of nice prizes. I'm going to give away a bow maker, a ribbon box, and some signs from Lee. So it'll be fun. I can't wait for that night. Because everybody loves getting free stuff. I just found out I won something in one of our groups, in one of the groups I'm in. So I was excited about it. I didn't even know I was up, in the running for anything. I was surprised when I got an email that said I had won. So I can't wait for that too. So, all right, guys, I kept you long enough. I'm going to let you go now. Have a great night. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Welcome to all the newbies. Make sure you like and follow my page. I also have YouTube. Go subscribe to that. Check out our group if you're interested in learning more about our group. Put in group and I will send you more information about that. And I will see you all again next week, 8 p.m. Eastern time, next Wednesday. And if you want, I'll get you on that email list and you can get an alert for that too. So have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and be safe. Bye.